All right, y'all. I got my guy with me today.
Hey, what's going on?
Introduce yourself.
My name is Devan. Hey, this guy right here taught me everything I know.
So
back in 2011?
No, it was 9 when we first
met. Yeah,
met.
2009. I ain't know shit when I first got in the truck.
It was funny. I got out of my truck and I'm walking around to we're in HEB in Houston, and I see him, man, just struggling, trying to get in the door, and I sat there, I watched him a couple times, because I don't like, I want people to figure stuff out on their own, you know, and I'm gonna watch, but then I just seen him like, bro, struggling. I went over and I gave him instructions on, like, how to do it, and shit, we ain't seen each other since then, honestly. No,
but we stayed in touch. He actually taught me how to, everything I know by phone. That's how good he is. By phone. I had a problem, I'll call him and he'll tell me, do this, and I'll do it, and boom.
Yeah, he was out there, like his boss, and he just basically got a CDL and threw him the keys to the truck and sent him on the road.
Yep, I was brand new.
Yeah, and I was like, I gave him pointers throughout his career, and he's you were leased on the Stevens? You were doing a lease purchase?
Yeah, I was doing the lease.
And how do you feel about that after you're out of it?
Now seeing what I'm doing, yo, I was getting done without grease.
I've been telling them when he stopped working for that guy, and he did, what did you do, like moving for a couple years? Yeah, he did that, and then got back in the truck, and he was like, man, what should I do? And he wanted to do the lease purchase, and I was like, man, I stay away from that if I was you. But every man has to do what they have to do, you know. And all I can do is give advice. I'm gonna still be your dude, whichever way you go. I don't have no animosity. I can't eat what you put on your table. So, but I'm gonna still support you and try to give you the best advice as I can while you're doing whatever you're doing. So.
Yep. This is the guy that taught me everything I know to this day. I call, hey man, Dante, well, how you do this? And he's always there. Good dude, man. Appreciate him very much.
All right, definitely, man. I'm happy to see you going through your moves and still trying to figure it out. He's in a better place now.
Yeah.
So he was, how long were you at Stevens?
I was at Stevens like 5.5.
5.5 strong.
Yeah.
And, like I said, how many trucks did you go through?
So, man, about like 4.
4 trucks over there. Yeah. And that was 4 different lease contracts, right?
Exactly. But, I got comfortable with it.
And that's what happens.
And whatnot. But, I will say this, guys, even without him, I probably would have struggled a little more. He gave me pointers on what I should look, the freight lanes and all of that. So that's how I was able to do 4 different leases with it. But I was comfortable with it. But now, if you ask me and say, hey, you'll go? Nah, no thank you.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I gave him little things. When you're under a lease or you're you're leased on to someone, even with your own equipment, there's certain things you can do to help yourself. They may not seem like much, but when you go to get fuel, every now and then throw your own pocket money in, because that money's going to come back to you every week. So if you can put $500 in every week out of your pocket, it's going to stay in there. So then that way, if you have a bad week, guess what? You still got $500 that was out of your own pocket that's going to come in handy eventually. And then, as you're doing that, you can increase it. You can $500 out of your pocket this week, maybe make it $700 next week, until a point. And then if something happens, no matter what, you still have that money that you put out of your own pocket.
And it actually worked. That's how I was able to, my fuel cost was low as hell.
Yep. You go to a mom and pop, you don't go to Pilot and spend out of your pocket, because Pilot's $3.95 and mom and pop is $2.99. So you got to be smart about it, your own pocket money.
Yep, exactly. And that's how, like, Stevens even questioned me sometimes, like, how the hell your fuel? They thought I was stealing fuel. That's how slow it was. I had my fuel, but I wasn't. But I was actually doing that. I would go and pay out of my pocket, and they'd be like, "Why are you doing that?" I'm like, "Because sometimes it's beneficial to me."
Yep. Yeah, you got that bad week, and you're like, "Well, shit, I only made 1,000, but since I had that extra 500, that's 1,500."
Yeah.
You feel a lot better when $1,000 gets turned into 15. You know,
exactly.
and then that week you just don't put no fuel in until you can get it banked back up. You know.
Exactly.
So yeah, man. But now, my man. He's made a big move after many years, and he stepped into his own rig now.
Yep.
And what is it? What's your truck now?
T680.
What year is it?
2017.
And what motor you got in there?
I got a PACCAR in there. And I wanted a Cummins, but
PACCARs work. You know, you just got to take care of them.
Yep.
You know, what year is it again? You said
2017. 17,
boy, you got that. That's that real money. 17, man. That new truck shit, boy.
Yeah,
that thing still got that new truck smell in there. I bet.
You know, it don't got that new truck smell, but that motherfucker sure got that. It got that new truck.
Yeah.
I paid what, 17 a month for it, but
okay.
It's not bad.
No,
you know what I mean?
No, not for a newer truck.
Especially with it's a difference versus out of lease. I was paying what fixed costs with Stevens, like $1,400 a week.
A week?
Yeah,
well, that's what your insurance is and everything, all involved.
Yes.
Yeah.
But even with this right now, I'm nowhere near.
Yeah.
My overhead is down.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I was saying back then. Was that it's a lot different when you're doing it all by yourself versus under those lease programs. I mean, people try to say a lease program teaches you how to be an owner-operator. I really don't think it does.
No. Because honestly, I'm learning a whole lot. It's a totally different ball game. A totally different ball game. I'm learning stuff. I'm like, yo, I didn't know we had to do that.
Yeah.
And I didn't. It was because I was so used to a mega carrier doing it for me.
Oh yeah.
To a point. They don't teach you. They don't say, well, you gotta do the you gotta no.
Nah, it's all a learning curve, and that you know, I was trying to get him out of there years ago, man. We went through a lot of conversations of me trying to get him out of there.
Yeah. It was more comfortable.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, oh yeah. You know, I was just super comfortable with it, and then also at the same time, I got to know. Like, I won't speak bad about Stevens. The people there were great, but you know, it was like
it's a business.
Yeah,
they're there for themselves to win.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. And you know, at that time, my overhead wasn't. You know, I don't have a huge overhead to be able to stress out, so it was comfortable to me. You know what I mean? I was a kid that was making $1,500, $1,600, $2,000 a week.
Yep.
And I was like, damn,
that's decent money coming from making $700 a week.
Yeah, exactly. Or struggling to which kind of, but the good thing now is I don't have to train. I don't have to do nothing.
Oh yeah, that's another thing he was doing I would never do. He was training drivers. He called me. You had to put drivers out, man. Yeah. The stories could probably go on for eons on that, because he called me up like, man, I had to put this dude out my truck.
Yeah. Hey, but you know, it's all worth it at the end of the day.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like I said, man, it's good seeing you, and I'm happy for you. You know, I'm here for you. You know, your next couple steps, I'm gonna try to push him to get a nice stainless steel spread axle trailer. You know, the big dog stuff, and start pulling that reefer. You know. Yeah.
One day he gonna send me that W9 he got. That's what I've been trying to get him to do. That W9. Hey.
Shoot, he seen my other one too. My other one, I had one. That one was long as a bitch too. I was in there working it back at HEB in 2009. Exactly. Yep. So we'll show your truck off a little bit here, man. You said 2017, right? Yep. Yeah. Got the MX motor in there. Pulling the dry van. That's what's up, man. Now we got I'm gonna get you on that polishing game now, so you polishing your wheels all the time like us. It's a good looking truck though. Yeah. Nice little color scheme too. Yeah, man. And how long you had it now?
I had about a month.
Oh yeah. Yeah, now it's home.
Yeah.
He done squeezed it in the tight ass pie here at the Pilot, boy. I don't know how he got it in there, but he got it in there. Well, yeah, man.